Hello mga kababayan, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Laruan ni Obi-Wan. For this afternoon's review, we are going to discuss DC Multiverse Rebirth Wonder Woman by Mattel. So this is from the Collect and Connect Lex Luthor wave. We no longer have the packaging material or the box for this action figure because this is a figure that came from the Philippines. So this is the third figure that we're going to review from my collection from home. For accessories, this action figure comes with two lassos, one that you could attach to the belt and one that you could make the figure hold onto with both hands. So aside from the sword that it comes with, so the lasso, that is something that is already gone or lost, but good, we still have the other lasso which the figure could be displayed with. This figure stands at about 6.5 inches, and as for scaling, this is a Multiverse action figure by Mattel. This is a DC Universe Classic. So these two action figures actually are more on the older line of Mattel produced DC Multiverse action figures. This is more on the more recently produced action figures by Mattel before the DC franchise was given to McFarlane Toys. But with regards to scaling, this Wonder Woman action figure still scales good with these older guys. So if you're trying to build a Justice League core character display, this is a Wonder Woman that you could possibly pair with other classic figures. Let's do a quick 360 of this Wonder Woman Rebirth action figure. So actually it is a nice blend of the movieverse Gal Gadot Wonder Woman and the comic book Wonder Woman. Let's discuss articulation points for this action figure. So for the head area, the head is on a ball. Actually, we have a really nice long neck and narrow shoulders on this action figure, but because of the really big and long hair on this action figure, it really impedes the articulation point of looking up, looking down, and sideways motion. But that is a trade-off for a really good looking action figure in this area alone, just the head sculpt. So as you could see, we really have a lot of detail also just on the head sculpt area. We have the headband with the nicely centered star, and that is a really beautiful head sculpt. So for the moving towards the torso of the or the body of the figure, we don't have any articulation point on the waistline, so no waistline cut. So the articulation point would be on the diaphragm area of the action figure for rotational movement and circular movement, moving left to right, up and down. So I think the reason why that they did not put any articulation point on this section would be to really preserve the look of the details on the suit of this Wonder Woman action figure, plus not to possibly break the hourglass figure on this figure. So let's move on to the arms. So the arms, as you could see, we could put this arm up, rotate this arm. We also have a single point of articulation for the elbow. We also have rotation on the elbow. As for the hands, we have a hinge on the hand, and the hand is positioned in a C cup position to hold on to accessories, and we also have rotation on the hand area. So let's discuss articulation points for the leg area. So for the legs, we have a really nice short skirt for this figure that we expect to have really good motion on the legs for really nice action poses. But with regards to how it is designed, especially on the butt area, because if you take a look under the skirt, the butt is designed in such a way that you won't be able to lift the leg backwards or move the leg backwards. So forward motions are only available for this figure. You could raise the leg forward and sideward, but because of the really hard plastic on the skirt area, I think you need to still do some relief cuts on this side to improve side movement and forward motion for the leg. So for the thigh of the figure, we have a thigh cut for rotational movement of the thigh. For the knee on this action figure, there is 2 points of articulation on this knee area. For the foot is on a hinge. So there's the hinge, and this also has a rocker function. So really nicely decently, not nice, but decently articulated action figure. The most impeded articulation point on this figure would really be on the head. So that is a sacrifice for a really beautiful head sculpt versus mobility. So as for the lasso that this action figure came with, I cut off the excess material and let the lasso just be slung on the right side of the figure this way, because I would like to display this Wonder Woman figure with sword and shield. So this shield is from a Masters of the Universe Classics He-Man action figure. So this is a shield that is just lying around, an extra piece in my accessories bin. So I have this paired this with this Wonder Woman action figure, because the He-Man from the Revelations line, the shield that came with it, is just way too big for this figure. But this shield, it is just right. So the figure could hold on to the handle, but if I would still like to shade off some material of the handle, I could possibly do so to let this figure hold on to that handle of the shield better. But for this material over here, I think I won't be touching that anymore. It still looks okay this way. So the other thing that I also like with this action figure would be the boot, actually the foot. So McFarlane and Marvel would really have, especially for women action figures or female action figures, they would always sculpt the female action figure with a high heels on for a foot. If you're going to do really ridiculous action things like gunfights or sword fights or just plain hand-to-hand combat, it is hard to fight with a wedged heel. It is preferably to have this kind of footwear, a flat footwear, just like a combat boot. You'll never go to battle with a high heels on. So this is a really nice touch, a nice detail for this figure. And as for the total anatomy of the figure, this is also what I like about this, because the length of the arms is right, the length of the legs right, the length of the torso is just right, the length and the broadness of the shoulders, not too broad, not too wide. The only thing that the design would suffer would actually be on the back, because that is really a curved back. But it is really not annoying because majority of the time or majority of the display life of this action figure would be from the front. You would be not looking from the back area. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go to the photos and the video shots.